back with the Whirlpool Duet washer. It now has a loud noise when it's spinning, not from the pump. You're also getting a metallic smell, and when this is spinning, when the drum or the basin is spinning, you're gonna get a lot of push like this, and it's really easy to move like this if you can move it up and down like that, because there are hydraulics or shock absorbers underneath. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have to take this panel off, and it'll give us access to the shock absorbers. Like in all my other videos, you're gonna take off these screws. I've already done it. Screw 1, screw 2, screw 3, and then this is gonna pull down. You have these things, the stands, you just move that out and it should pop off, which is gonna give us access to the shock absorber. I'm gonna show you a couple of things that make it bad, or it's going to be indicators that it's bad. You can see a lot of grease build up right there. That means a lot of this in-house or housed grease is already leaking out. I guess these things are rated for 300 hours. Mine is 15 years old, so I've well exceeded that. Another more grease over there. I don't know if you can see that. And grease in the back too. And that's what we're gonna be replacing. I think I can get my hand back there. The other videos say that you can't get your hand back there. But we're gonna be rotating these right here. They're gonna rotate. You need mechanics gloves. We're gonna do these one at a time because there is still enough shock left in this to hold the basin and the drum up. Otherwise, this is going to be a terrible job that you have to take off the bellows seal and all this stuff, and the front panel. And if you watch any of my front panel videos, they're terrible. That guy's right there is terrible. So that's what we're gonna be doing. I have already ordered the shock absorber, and this is the model. So that's the model that I'm replacing, and it's about 33 bucks on Amazon. I'm hoping that's gonna solve the problem. You can tell it is really easy to move. I'm barely even pressing this. So if yours has got that kind of the same thing in it, you can see it's even resting back there on you can even see it resting. That shock absorber is resting on that hose. So this one's really low. I'd say this guy's my main culprit, if I'm being honest. That guy's this is the one I think is the one that's making all the noise. I'd say both these front ones. But I'm gonna replace all 4 of them, and that's what we're doing next. So the package was delivered. We now have 4 1-for-1 new shock absorbers for the Whirlpool Duet. And there's the old one, and here is the new one. So it's just gonna be looking like that. And they're gonna go right in there. They were about, I guess it was about 33 bucks, same day delivery. So all things are working out pretty well here. You're gonna have these this is a little easier to show on this. So when I take off the old unit or the old shock, you'll see these little tabbies. So you'll need a little screwdriver to get those things on and off. I guess since it's the the old version, and they're broken anyway. I don't care about breaking it, but you don't want to break this plastic stuff right there. So we're going to be gentle with it. I didn't tell you what you guys are going to need. I always use mechanics gloves. This is the screwdriver that's going to fit your where you're going to take off the front paneling. I don't know what this is. I just kept on trial and error. So this is a T20 screw. This is going to take off that guy right there and this guy right here, so you can get this little wire channeling, kind of the just to kind of take that out so you have more access to it. And then this is going to be for the tabbies, the little tabbies. They're going to go up in there like that. And you're going to need a wrench that's going to be able to crank these things for you. So that's what we got, folks. And I'm going to take this guy off here and we'll see how it looks. So I've unscrewed this part right here. That guy's now with our T20. So you want to make sure that he's good to go over there like that. You want to lose him. You don't want to lose him. So you keep him all there. And we're just gonna go over here. And that should be pretty easy as well. And there we go. That guy is also, these are the gloves here. So that guy is nice there. Stick him back together right there. And these are little kind of clamps right there. And they can push out pretty simply up in the back here. This is kind of why I like the mechanics gloves too. And they just come off like that, which gives you now the ability to put all this down in here. I have, this is set, the wrench is set to about 1 inch, but I'm going to push this down. This will probably fall out, but put these guys right there, like that. So this guy goes in here like this. You need to twist him. Gonna get him really tight. Looks like it's about 1 inch. And we're gonna turn that way. That way. I'm just gonna go. There you go. And that's now out. I'm able to do this with my phone here. We'll see here. I don't know if I can do this with my phone. Hang on a second, guys. So that's a lot harder than they say in all the videos. That came off, but it sounded like it was breaking the whole time. I watched a couple of videos that said that there was going to be pieces that were going to break off. He wasn't lying. So the only thing you're really trying to figure out is get these things in the right direction. So this little arrowhead thing that we're going to be putting this thing, these little arrowhead pieces, they're going to be put in like this, and they're going to go up into the thing, and you have to turn them a certain way. And this new one, it'll move. It's so tight that it's difficult to move. So so I guess what I want to show you is that I needed this to get the top portion of this off. And I went in like this, look like that, and I went like that, and then turned the top portion, came off real easy. The bottom portion on the other side, the whole thing snapped off of this. There was nothing in there. There's little pieces of plastic in between these things that actually go into the grooves. They go into those grooves like that. And that thing just split in half, just like that. So once these things start to break down, I'm not lying to you, they're pieces of junk. And I mean, you can see how this thing just, I can just pull this thing out with one hand. It just kind of moves, you know. So this thing's all kaput, just really messed up, got grease all over me. But that's what happened. I need to put a vice grip down below, down in here, and then snap it. Pow, pow! And it just went away. And the metal part is undamaged. All this part, the plastic's not going to do anything to the metal. So that part is done. So now we're going to try to stick this thing in and put the new one on. So this thing looks like it's going to be pretty easy. You want to have the part that's down below, just like it looks like that. See a little exposed side there? That's how you're going to tell the difference. So pull it out just a smidge. It goes right in the hole like this. And then you just turn. And it snaps right in. It's like that, so much easier on when you're actually inserting it. And let's just see if we can get the top now. So you're seeing now you get the you get this side. That's what it looks like. The hole looks like. So you turn this thing to fit into those little grooves there, and it's tight. So you gotta pull it up there, and then you gotta twist it, and then it snaps. And we got ourselves a new shock. And it's in there. And it's in there, folks. It's in there. Look at this, watch this. That's the old guy. This is the new guy. I barely get him to move. So that's the difference between a shot shocker and that's the good shocker. All right. So I'm gonna get this guy off, and then we're gonna try the back guys because I gotta take off the back panel for that one. See you in a bit. Okay. So this one came off just as easy as the other one on the top. The top's not gonna be the problem. Not gonna have any problems with the tops. This thing's shot as well. It's like, this thing's even worse than the other one. This thing just is like, it's not there's no shock absorption at all. But I wanted to show you what I'm doing down here. So I took the 1-inch wrench, and I'm just gonna pull on this thing and see if it'll snap here. And you just gotta rotate it. And there it goes, just like that. Of course, the wrench is not in the way there. And you just pull that sucker, and look at this thing. It's just a piece of junk. That's it. I don't even know if this thing's even working properly anymore. Like, I don't think it has any. I guess it has a little pushback. It's not as bad as, so I was right. The left one was the worst one. This one's shot too, but it had a little bit of push, which means that guy back there is taking a lot of the brunt. I think I can get back there. Yeah. We're gonna try to get back there without taking off the back panel. I think I have more access here than I do in the back. I'll give it a try. So the right one that was really messed up, The lower part here, I had to use the wrench in order to put that part in there. So you want to do that very, very gently, but it did snap in, and you can see that it is anchored really well, just like this one. So now we're gonna anchor this guy here, spin him, and again, really tight, and then turn, and saw the little tabby go in, and we're in. All right, let's see what if I can even move this thing. Let's see if I can even move this thing. In the back, it's really jiggly. Here, it's not even moving. So we're doing great. I think I am gonna have to pull off because in order to put that guy on, you almost want to do it in reversed. So I should have done it the back first, but I didn't. So those guys are in, I'm not taking them off. So I'm gonna go and take off the back panel here. Put this front side together. All right, to access the two other shocks, there and there, we gotta go through the back. So I don't see a lot of videos that show the back panel of this Duet. This was back in 2009. So there's a lot of screws we have to take off. Anything that anchors this, you can kind of feel the lip here underneath it. So this is gonna move down. This one's gonna go. That one I think is gonna stay, but I'll check him out. He stays. That one goes, stay, go. And then on the other side, the same thing. That guy right there is the one that's a question mark. He stays, goes, all the way down. So it's gonna be a real pain in the neck. Anyway. Okay, so this is the sequence. I always put my screws in order. The one I missed and didn't say in the last one was down right here. That's a screw there. And you can see this thing's already trying to come off. So you kind of see this is gonna pull down. I'm just gonna pop it down, looking for any screws that I missed. I think that's gonna be this side on both is gonna be the real bugger to get it off. But I'm gonna try to take it off right now. All right, so that was extremely easy. Once you get all those screws off, you can see all the holes here. Once those screws were off properly, that whole thing pops out of this lip. You can kind of see how the lip is, and it just, the back paneling just pops right down. It almost fell off when I hit my last video. That's how quickly it was moving. All right, so this is the belt. It looks like it's in really good shape. This is off the motor. And it's doing really good. This is giving you an opportunity to really look at everything back here and see if there's anything you can do to clean things and make sure that all the lines are good. Hoses are properly maintained. All looks good. I'm really shocked with how good that belt looks, though. I'm happy about that. There's that's the motor right there from this angle. And it looks fantastic. I don't think there's any damage. I smelled a little bit of metallic, but that was also from these things banging and clanging up against the walls. So I'm not seeing anything that's detrimental to continuing here. That's where we're gonna go next. All right, so I think we're gonna try to go this way this time. Let's see if we can, there it goes. this way, remember? Gonna give ourselves a little more opportunity to. I kind of want to come from that angle anyway. It's funny. It's funny that I want to come from this angle. Just make sure that we're doing this the right way here. And we are. All right, so this one was being a real punk. And there it goes. So we had to get the vise, and then this guy came out. And that's how you do the back one, right there. I don't know how shot this one is. I got grease all over me last time, so we're gonna just let you guys, work with that on your own. On to the next one. If I have any problems with this, I'll show you, but if it just comes off easy, you won't see it. And then hopefully we'll have all this thing done, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, remember when I said I wasn't gonna talk to you about this guy because I thought it was gonna be pretty easy? No, he's too close to the motor, so you can't get any torque. So what we'll have to do is there is now this little metal panel thing that I'm gonna take this off, hoping that's gonna give me a little more opportunity to get to the top guy, because you can't get your hand torquing enough because you keep hitting the motor. So I'm hoping that this is going to give me a little more access to it, and we'll come back in. Hopefully this will be done. All right, so we got everything back in there. I have now shaken. What you want to do is you want to go back around and do all of your anchors and make sure the anchors, I've shaken all my anchors. Actually pulled on them pretty hard just to ensure that everything's clicked in. You'll see these little white tabbies down in there, or maybe your new shocks have gray. These were the spare parts that were the most inexpensive, so that one clicked in for me. But they will depress, so if they're not locked in, and you'll know it too. You'll move this thing and you can't even move it. So now that's all done. So I'm gonna put this crossbar thing back on. Looks like this. I had to take that guy off, so just one screw. He has like a little anchor on the back too. Oh, here's what it is looking here. So this little thing's gonna hook back in to put that back on. Then I'm gonna put the back paneling on, and then I'm gonna put the front paneling on, and we're gonna get a load of laundry in there to see how it looks, see how it's working. All right, so we got this plugged back in, and now we're going to go basically straight on in here. We're going heavy duty. Let's go ahead and see if we got power. We got power. Everything's good there. We're gonna test the spin speed on high. We got some towels in here, which is gonna be heavy. We'll go light, that way it doesn't have to do too much there. All right, so we also have this down here open so we can see how the hydraulics and the shocks are looking here. So it looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and start. It's not even shaking these things at all. Look at that. Not even moving. Nothing. Barely a shimmy. And it's just getting, it's going to get heavy and heavy. I can't remember the last time it hasn't been that. So far we're looking really good. Usually this whole basin, this drum is shaking so hard at this point. Look at that. I can't get over how good that is. That is about as heavy a wash as I can get in there too. Alright, I'll show you guys how it is at the end. Alright, so everything worked. Everything's great. Still a little bit of a shimmy in the back, which means most likely I've got a bearing that's going out, which is here. So if you have a little squeak in your run cycle and then it gets to spin cycle, there's a good chance that bearing is about to go or it has already gone. And once that's the case, it's almost just time to go let it go. So unfortunately, this is probably going to be my last video on this. I'm going to go ahead and get another Whirlpool. I love Whirlpools because I can fix them. But I've taken this thing for 13 years and I'm probably going to at least get through the week and then get my new Whirlpool. So it's been good. I'll keep doing content, guys, but it won't be for this guy anymore. It's squeaky right now, and I know I'm borrowed time. So it's called a rear bearing, and that's right. It's housed in here, and you have to take this whole thing out, and then you have to bang that sucker out, and you get a bearing replacement kit. And honestly, I've done one, and it's so difficult and time consuming, and you're almost sitting on one leg anyway. But just wanted to let you know that the fix worked, but it is on its last leg. Say goodbye, Whirlpool Duet. Pretty soon a new Whirlpool will be taking your place. Anyway, it's been cool, guys. Hey, I still got the dryer though, so I'll do some videos on the dryer if anything happens there too. Bye.